Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Biohazard 3 Real Survival. In the last episode, Worldline Convergence reared its ugly head yet again, and Octomonkey claimed yet another victory against your Valentine. He is now 2-0. He is currently undefeated right about now in this present situation. Oh my word. Luckily, we've made it back. We are going to be as ready for combat as ever. Hopefully, this isn't death number 3. I do not want to go through this as many times as Rintaro Okabe went through his time loops in Steins Gate. Not going through that again. I refuse. Oh my Christ! Oh. Oh my Christ. Oh. Orange caution. Oh my Christ! Oh my freaking Christ. You gotta run out of rockets eventually. Oh! Oh my word. Fire! Okay. He's not done yet. Oh my god! Oh! Gonna get close there, Jill. Oh my god. Run. Run the frick away. Round the corner. Oh, he's coming. Oh my word, no! No! Oh my Christ. Oh, put away. Oh my Christ. Oh, I gotta go. I can't risk. I can't risk. I screwed myself over yet again. Probably could have taken it out with one more shot. Probably could have taken him out with one more shot. Oh my freaking god. Oh my word. Please. Please no. Please have mercy. Run! Should have ran behind him. Oh my god. Thank you! Thank you! Die! Oh my fucking Christ. Ah. Yeah, I know I could have used my handgun bullets. I don't care. I don't care. You know what? Have that. For good measure. Oh my freaking word. And all that, ladies and gentlemen, for this. For this mysterious container that Nemesis apparently has on his person. Now, all this was in lieu for some, what appears to be some handgun parts. Unfortunately, They are incompatible with the Beretta. Oh my word. I am seething at this point. A set of weapon parts, a scope and a slide. A weapon cannot be made from these parts alone. Yeah, in hard mode, Nemesis has several of these item cases. Some of them contain weapons, and others contain other things. Kind of similar to Mr. X, in terms of whenever you incapacitated him, you got ammunition. You don't get ammunition from Nemesis, you get these special items, which are unique to Biohazard 3. We are going to have to fight him again to get, later on, to get the other parts to the Eagle handgun. And make no mistake, Nemesis is only incapacitated. Despite appearances, he is not dead in the slightest. Our nightmare has only just begun. We are probably going to encounter him much later in the future. Oh my freaking Christ. Do you people finally understand now why I've been delaying this Let's Play adventure for so long? And I know what people are thinking, oh, you're just terrible at Biohazard 3. That may be true, and I'm willing to concede that fact, but trust me, this is going to be exceptionally painful for me, right about now. Beyond measure, beyond anything you can ever imagine. And I'm going to have a victory save. I am going to have a victory save. I'm not redoing that fight. I'm not. I will take what I can get, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm hamstrung later, so be it. Let this be the second save of the real survival Let's Play of Biohazard 3. Oh my word. There we go. Now we can breathe a little easier. Thank the heavens. My word. I honestly thought that this was going to be another failure at this point, but it is not. Now unfortunately, we do have a bit of a problem, as you can already tell. Because we are going to have to make it out of the police station. Now we are pretty much done with this place. Yeah, but we are not done with Raccoon City. We're going to have to leave. We're going to have to go through this passageway here, and then venture forth into the unknown yet again. And I'm dreading this because we're going to have to take some items with us. Some much needed items with us. Such as the reloading tool and the lockpick. And the grenade launcher and the sapphire. Oh my word. I am yeah. I knew that real survival was going to come back to haunt me, and lo and behold, I was right. to an extended degree. There is no going back from this. There we go. We are as ready as we'll ever be. No, I want the, I need the sapphire. I don't want to have to come back here for it. I need that sapphire. I'm going to have to take it with us to the downtown area. Shall not leave it behind here in the police station. I refuse. Oh, and will you look at that? Dr. Monkey has vanished. He has disappeared to lick his wounds. Probably back out of this window here. Same way he came in. But regardless, we have finished with the RPD police station. We have no further use for it. But the nightmare has only just started, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, the nightmare has only just begun. Our torment is far from over. Yeah, we have no reason to deal with the feigning zombie down there. I have no intention of wasting any more bullets down here. It took way too long to actually comb through the police station. And dealing with Dr. Monkey in close quarters would shatter anyone's nerves. But at long last we can say fare thee well to the RPD, and good riddance. Yeah, that definitely took much longer than we thought. It is now evening. It was day earlier, but now it is night. And, Brad's corpse is gone. And of course, for those of you who have seen my Biohazard 2 Let's Play, or are familiar with Biohazard 2 in general, you will know exactly what becomes of Brad's fate. Nemesis may have stabbed him through the head with his tentacle, but Brad Vickers is dead but still around. He will live his life as a mourning zombie. And we can't go through the courtyard out of here, but you have no need to. But now we press on back out here, and now that it's nighttime, things are even worse. And looks like the water is drained from the fire hydrant. Now that it is night proper, the atmosphere can truly set in. The city is exactly as it was the previous evening on the night of the 27th. Desolate, dark, and cold. Of course, now that we have the lockpick, Jill can open this door. And we can finally head out in this direction. Through this alleyway here. This dark, narrow alleyway. And there is another red oil drum there that's been carefully placed. And that is not a good sign. Yet another corpse lying there in the corner of the streets below. Is it just me? Or is that a sudden chill that I feel down my spine? I'm pretty sure Jill feels the same way. But of course there doesn't seem to be anything there. But if Biohazard has taught me anything, it's always to listen to our intuition. Now let's see this poor unfortunate soul. Because he's wearing a uniform that Jill is not familiar with. Well, he's carrying bullets, which is fantastic. More for us. And he apparently is holding something. Mercenary's Diary. September 1st. Following 6 months of intensive training, my body's edge has returned. I was a good soldier, but they ordered my execution with no reason given. I was tortured and forced to give a false confession. But on the morning of my execution, a miracle happened. The company had helped me out, giving me a second lease on life. September 15th. I ended my vacation short and returned to the HQ office. It looks like my UBCS unit's been called into action. Umbrella maintains its own paramilitary unit to counter corporate terrorism and VIP abduction. In addition, they have nightmen who specialize in handling problems caused by illegal products. I'm currently a member of the latter. September 28th. Dawn's here, but we're still slogging through this nightmare. There are no provisions of any kind here. The undead walk on the streets, feeding upon the flesh of the living. Given the choice again, I would have rather been executed. Death Row was a heavenly asylum compared to this place. I've chosen to pull the trigger myself, in the hope that my dead body won't come back to life. Very grisly indeed. But, yeah, it turns out that Umbrella has sent its own military forces into Raccoon City, the UBCS, which actually stands for Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. They are apparently, to explain them correctly, they are essentially a group of mercenaries, such as our unfortunate companion here. In that regard, they're quite different from Umbrella's Black Ops paramilitary unit, the USS, the Umbrella Security Service. One of their major members is, of course, Special Agent Hunk, who is probably the most well-known USS soldier within the Umbrella Corporation, on account of his survival rate, where his teammates die. Yeah, that paints a very pretty picture. But it looks like the UBCS were sent in to assist the RPD during the T-virus outbreak, and unfortunately suffered the same grisly fate. And like David Ford in the RPD, this particular mercenary chose to commit suicide rather than live another day in this, or even another night in this gruesome situation. But as for Jill and myself, we must keep looking ahead to the future, to a future where we escape Raccoon City and survive. And I remember thinking 20 years ago now that if a battle-hardened death row mercenary could be driven to suicide in this situation, then what possible hope could a child like myself have had in this nightmare? And the answer to that question, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm still presently alive. And I count that among my blessings, but Jill has noticed a fire hydrant here at the end of this particular alleyway. A fire hose is fixed with bolts. Now we're going to need either a socket or some sort of other maintenance tool to use that, which might be useful in getting rid of the fire that's burning at the end of this area here. We're still technically in the downtown area because we're almost at the other side of Innendale Street. And another empty alleyway here, full of nothing. These posters seem to be worn and unusable or illegible right about now. There appear to be a couple of blue herbs here. Um, unfortunately, unfortunately, we do not have the capacity to carry them in this instance, but considering the fact that we are going to have to venture our way back here at some point, because of course we'll have to, it might be prudent just to leave them here for the time being anyway, because we can always pick them up later. Of course, I am going to end this episode of Let's Play Biohazard 3 Real Survival here, and when we return, adventurers, once we go beyond that gate that's right next to Jill, we will be heading into the downtown area properly. We'll be leaving Uptown behind us and venturing into the other half of the city, complete with all of its grotesque, nightmarish horrors that await us further on. As always, dear adventurers, until next we meet.